Hello student, today in the 10th class economics we will study about the different activities on the basis of production. So student, let we see which are the type of activities and why they are classified as we have seen in the 5 types of the activities on the basis of production. On the basis of production. So you have seen here I have classified the 5 type of the activities on the basis of production, such as first activities on the basis of primary activities, second secondary activities, third tertiary activities, and next one is quaternary activities, and last one is quinary activities. Means as you have studied in the class 10, there are 3 activities, but you have seen in the paragraph, in the first paragraph of the lesson, where you have seen some people who are giving the contribution in the production directly and indirectly. So we will find this type of the activities in this section: quaternary activities and quinary activities. In the first, I will tell you the activities on the basis of primary. What are these activities? As I have told you also on yesterday, the agricultural sector, which is also known as primary sector or the related sector, where the activities which are based on the 3 process. One is called the natural process, second is called the biological process, and third one is the exploitation of the natural process. What are these activities? Actually, when we get the raw material for the industries, for the raw stuff, so we need the natural factors such as sunshine, temperature, soil, rainfall, which are only available in the crust, means earth crust, where these activities can be happen there, means surface of the earth, where you have to apply the plugging of the earth. Then you have to invest the month according to the nature of crops, and where we will classify the crops on the 3 section, that is called the Rabi crops, Kharif crops, and Zaid crops, and where we will get the different type of the raw materials, as we get the raw material grains, the pulses, and the different type of the other product. And second activities in the agricultural sector, that is the biological factors. Biological factor, where we apply the rearing of the animal, and rearing of the animal, that is also referred as the livestock of the economy, because India is a country where the animals has given the much importance in the ancient time also. Still it is continuing in the present time, because our villages economy mostly 20 to 30% dependent over the animals and their existence in the villages areas, where these animals not only producing the milk, but also they are engaged in the different type of the processing in the agriculture, because the animal not only pulling the carts of the farmers, or they are providing the different type of the other support to the farmers, but also their whole body used in the sectors, such as their skins, their fur, their even the bones also used in the processing of the different type of the activities in the secondary sector. So this is very important. And last one is the exploitation of the nature, means if we get the minerals, so we need the kind of exploitations, and where we will apply the different type of the exploitation of the nature through the mining, through the quarrying, and through the drilling, or the different type of the other activities, where we will get the raw material in the form of solid, liquid, or the gas, and that are very important as a fossils. Fossils fuel are also referred as the energy, energy resource, which are very important for processing, or just giving the boost in the Indian economy or any country's economy, not Indian economy. So that's why we can say it the related sector. What we call it? Related sector. I hope all the students are getting the information about the primary sector. Now the secondary sector. In the first, I will tell you this sector produce the raw material, raw goods, and raw goods which are the primary goods. So primary goods, whatever in the form of we are getting from the farming sector or the biological process as the milk or the other kind of the product or the metal or the minerals or the gases or the fossil fuel. All things are referred as a raw material, raw goods, because the crude oil also has to be refined, then it become a petroleum, so we can use it then this position. So second sector is the secondary sector, where we will applying the manufacturing activities or the industrial activities, where we will use the raw material which we are obtaining from the primary sector, and where we will use them in the industries, because industries, they produce the final goods, and final goods which are very very important for the development of the societies, for the country, because secondary sector or any kind of the sector or the industries which are known as the index of the development of the country, because if the industries are not very strong, very powerful, then they will not play or contribute the very strong role for making the country very strong in the economic area, economic sector, because those countries, as you know very well, which are very developed, which are very very powerful, because they had given the attentions over their industries. That's why China, Russia, USA, Canada, they have given the boost in their industries, in their manufacturing units, where they had giving the stiff competition to many of the countries where there is a lot of possibilities of getting the industries, but due to the lack of contribution from the government side, the areas where there is not the proper resources, likewise in India, where there is the uneven distribution of the resources and uneven support of the government also. So that is why India is also struggling in this area. Some areas where India has to need to get the support properly from the government. So this is a secondary sector that produce the final goods, and final goods which are very very important for maintaining the stability of the economy, for maintaining the status of the people, for maintaining the standard of the people, because they are getting the final goods, and final goods which are making the good position in the society also, because when they compare the final goods from the raw goods, so obviously they will prefer the final goods, because India also produce the final goods, but these goods were made from the handymades or the handicraft, and handicraft industries is not giving the competition to the final goods or the industry, because handicrafts there is the importance in the only drawing room only, because this goods only the part of decoration, because final goods which are very cheaper due to the masses production, so that is why this is also very important. Next one is the tertiary sector, that is known as a service activities. Service activities where we will contribute the transportation, communication, banking and so many other activities, because primary and secondary sector, if there is some factor which are maintaining the linkage between the primary and secondary sector, so it is only the service sector, because it is providing the linkage in the form of transportation, communication or investment of the money, because investment of the money is very important part for establishing or settling the industries, such as you know very well, when any industries has to be established any area, any countries, then they have to need a very good or the very big support from the banking sector. So that is very important. And the next one is and I will tell you also here that some people who are giving their contribution directly means the farmers, the businessmen, the industrial worker, they are giving the contribution directly in the development of the economy. And some people who are not giving their direct contribution, such as teachers, lawyers, administrative officers, IT chief or so many people or the administrative officials, executive. So we will classify them in the quaternary sector or the coronary sector, because quaternary sector where you can say better understand the information technology, internet, and this sector also known as the knowledge sector, because where the informations are very important part, and you have seen present time the development of the economy of any country is dependent over their fast, efficient, very most you will say very favorable movement of the information, which are very effortlessly are moving from one country to another country. That is the reason for the development. So we can say it the knowledge sector, because all the knowledge activities, if they are very efficiently are working, then obviously they are giving a support to the economy of the country. Next one is the coronary activities. Coronary activities mean the activities which are referred as the highly skilled people who are working in these areas, and they are known as administrative officials, executive, or the child care process, where the you will say health is very important part. So healthcare, social development, scientist, highly paid professional, they are known as a gold collar people, means they have the complete you will say responsibility or their contribution for making the country very developed. Suppose a Niti Commission. Niti Commission is the commission which is placed in place of the Planning Commission of India, and where the government which are working very efficiently for making the program for removing the poverty, for maintaining the good program, for the development in the villages areas, city areas. So in such a way, this type of the activities which are very important for development of the country. On this process, any country can develop when their official or the intellectual people are giving their contribution. Suppose USA, where there is 4.4% people are engaging in the quaternary sector, and near about 13% people are engaging in the coronary sector in the USA. But in India, the percentage according to the population it is very less, because those people who are selected from the IAS, IPS, or so many exams, or the IFS services, where the contribution is very you will say recorded, and it is very desired, very expected, because if the people, these people are not giving their proper contribution in the economy, obviously the program and the planning and the policies will be never effective, never be come in the you will say effect, so that the country cannot be developed. Obviously these two activities are very important for making the country in the you will say development process, or in the development of the economy, or any kind of the you will say area. So student, these are the 5 activities which I have told you on the basis of production. Hope you can understand all these activities. If any kind of the doubt, you can comment in the comment box, and please like, subscribe, and share these videos which are very productive for the student. And if any kind of the queries, just maintain your you will say interaction with the videos. So thank you student to listening me and watching me for this video. Bye.